Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Heng Shi, and I'm delighted to welcome each and every one of you here to the City of 10,000 Buddhas for Miss Gwyneth Chun's concert to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Venerable Master Hsuan Hua's bringing the Dharma to the West. We are going to begin, and let me introduce a little bit about our pianist tonight. And before I do that, I would like to remind you, please join with me in the brand new internet age social ritual called putting your phaser on stun. I'm going to do that right now. Click. You really don't want to have that alarm go off while you're sitting, listening, and enjoying the music. Also, may I ask, please, and this comes from the artist directly, could you please not make photographs while she is performing? There will be opportunities afterwards for photographs, but if you have an autofocus light, it blinks red, and that's very distracting, I'm told, to the performer. So that would be very helpful. And no secret cell phone videos that go up tomorrow on YouTube, all right? Aha, gotcha. All right, so those are the requests. Please turn your cell phone off. No videos. There will be an opportunity for photos later. And Ms. Chun has requested that you hold your applause between the movements. Tonight's program, if you'll notice, is divided between Bach and Liszt. And each of the composers has movements in between. So she would like to play through in one breath. Play the Bach through, and then we can show our appreciation, and then the Liszt. So please hold your applause between movements. I need to say that in Chinese for those of us who will probably be moved to applaud. 这个钢琴家他要求我们如果等到这个巴赫他的整个6首走完了，我们才鼓掌啊！不要他停止我们鼓掌，听得懂吗？这样比较好。好。然后呢 ，Liszt 也是一样，李斯特。等我们他表演完了，有7首，那么表演完了，我们才鼓掌，好吧？这样可以吗？可以，他们听得懂。Good, okay. All right. The peacocks agree. So let me introduce to you now the artist who you're going to enjoy this evening. Miss Gwyneth Chun showed her talent early. She was the 50 state national piano competition winner, the laureate in both junior high, and then she went on to compete in the senior high and won again. That was the first time in American history that any single individual had won both junior and senior high national 50-state competitions. Then in 1990, she was the laureate in the Tchaikovsky International Piano Competition in Russia. She was the first prize winner at the 1993 Ivo Pogorelic International Piano Competition, and I might add, she won then what is still the largest cash prize in the history of piano competitions, $100,000. Miss Chun was then a young lady of 23. She was the youngest contestant in the Pogorelic piano competition. She was the only Asian and the only woman, and she won. So what a statement for young Asian feminists, yeah? So subsequent to the award, Mr. Pogorelic said of her, "She is too good to be true," he said of her playing. And the victory was also was broadcast internationally on CNN at the time. She holds a BA and an MA from the Juilliard School, and she represented Taiwan at the countdown concert to the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. And the way that was done was the Chinese invited every nation not only to bring their athletes, but also to bring their artists. They invited all of the countries competing in the Olympics to also nominate one artist, be it in the realm of dance or music or composition, whatever it might be, and they invited Taiwan. And Miss Chun was invited to be the Olympic pianist at the Beijing Olympics, and she performed at the Steel Egg. And it was the opening of the Grand Steel Egg that everyone became world famous. So at that time, she was called in Taiwan the pride of Taiwan, Taiwan Zhiguang. So that's quite a distinguished honor. She has played for all three presidents of Taiwan, Li, Chen, and Ma Ying-jeou. She played at his inauguration. And there's another story here. Miss Chun has performed at the annual Chopin Festival, which is held worldwide. The winners go to Mallorca, where Chopin composed so many of his etudes and nocturnes. And she was invited, she won twice, and she was invited to stay in the cell of the monastery where Chopin did most of his composing. So she has this kind of link with the famous composers of Europe. Miss Chun, her latest CD called Gwyneth Chun Chopin Favorites won Best Performance Award at the Golden Melody Awards in Taiwan, which is the Taiwan equivalent of the Grammy. So she has also played many benefit concerts for the Dharma Realm Buddhist Association, which is our home organization, for the American Cancer Society, and also for the Fountain Project. Now, Ms. Chun is also a practicing Buddhist. She is a disciple of the Venerable Master Hsuan Hua. She is a vegetarian, I might add, and people say, how can you play with such strength and be a vegetarian? And her answer is, because I'm a vegetarian, that's where the strength comes from. That's her answer. So among concert pianists, she is most well known for being someone who combines meditation, devotion, martial arts. She practices Dayan Qigong, and spiritual practice along with her piano discipline. In this way, merging East and West. I have had the pleasure to witness Miss Chun perform, introduced by Master Hsuan Hua, and I know that she gives absolutely everything in her preparation for her performances. And before this performance, for the last 6 months, she has practiced for 8 hours a day to fulfill her wish to respond to Master Hsuan Hua, our founder's instructions to her that someday she has to come to the city of 10,000 Buddhas and give her performance. That time has come. Her goal, as she states on the program, is to share her love of music and faith in the power of music to carry us beyond our sorrow, beyond our mundane concerns. Her wish is to send that joy, those transcendental vibrations, into the heart of every listener. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Miss Gwyneth Chun. Oh my goodness. The evening is not done. It's hard to follow that emotional peak, but we will do our best. Because the Venerable Master Xuan Hua was a great advocate of interfaith sharing, interfaith blessings. Tonight we are honored at the City of 10,000 Buddhas to present to all of you blessings from interfaith leaders of the Bay Area and an opportunity to receive their best wishes and their good spirit for a better world, for a peaceful life, for harmony, for inner peace. So that is Ms. Chun's wish, was to allow the piano concert to also be a vehicle to express Venerable Master Xuan Hua's legacy of interfaith sharing. So that's what we're going to do tonight. And we're going to begin by a very special offering. I would like to invite Dr. Hui Liu to please come up. This is Mrs. Zhang from the Wenwu School of Chinese Arts in El Cerrito, California. 我们恭请慧流博士上台表示对联。We welcome Dr. Hui Liu. Her husband, Dr. Y.C. Jiang, among other things, just passed his 90th birthday last week. And he has been a tireless representative of the best of Chinese culture for decades in the Bay Area. And as his gift to the City of 10,000 Buddhas on the occasion of Gwyneth Chun's piano concert here, he has requested the opportunity to make an offering, which I will accept on behalf of the City of 10,000 Buddhas. Omitofo. Presented by her daughter Arlene, Dr. Arlene Jiang. And Master Jiang, Y.C. Jiang, is a famous calligrapher worldwide, and he has inked 2 matching couplets, which we are going to show you right now. Wow. 佛光普照三千代，正法西传50年。Did you all get that much? It says the Buddha's light shines everywhere over the 3-fold multiple myriad universes. That's this side. And this matches, it says, the proper Dharma has come to the West now for 50 years. Omitofo. 感谢师母。We will hang these in our university building. Thank you to Bruce and Anna for helping out, and to Lok Win and Arlene Jiang. As we begin our program of interfaith sharing, I'm going to invite our special guests who have driven all the way up from the Bay Area with, and in many cases, and others are local friends, to each come up and at this microphone deliver the blessing or prayer or song that you have chosen. And afterwards, we're going to invite you to take a seat on the stage, and then together we have a special gift for everyone. First, I would like to invite Rabbi Shoshana Devora, who is a good friend of the City of 10,000 Buddhas. She is the rabbi of the Jewish community here in the Ukiah Valley. Rabbi Devora.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the Venerable Master Hua for having the great vision and ability to act on vision to bring about the City of 10,000 Buddhas. Because I do live right here in Ukiah, and it has been so rich for me to have all of you and the City of 10,000 Buddhas right here. So thank you all, really. My life in Ukiah would be different and not so rich were you not here. Was not here. I actually want to do 2 blessings, if that's okay. One through me to all of you, and the second one with all of you. So the first one is very ancient. It's in the Bible. It's over 3,000 years old. And I'm just a vessel, hopefully, sharing it with you so that you may receive it and radiate it forth as well. If there are some of you who may know it, please join me. May the source of life bless you and watch over you. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha. Know that the divine light is illumining you and gracing you. Yesa Adonai panav elecha. Shalom. Know that the sacred presence is with you. May it bring you peace and let us say, Amen. So the last word of that blessing is shalom. And I know that many of you know that shalom is a greeting and also means peace, and it also means wholeness in the sense of inclusiveness, well-being in that sense. So, in the generous spirit of the city of 10,000 Buddhas, I invite you, if you are able and willing, to stand in a moment and join me in sending out shalom to the four corners of our planet and beyond to the four directions. So may we send it out, and may we in turn receive. And this is the way it goes. It's very simple. There's only one word, shalom. So it goes like this. You would do it with two hands. Shalom, 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 shalom. And then we turn to the next direction, south, and we keep going for the four directions. So if you're willing, please join me and we'll start facing the east. Shalom, 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 shalom. South. Shalom, 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 shalom. West. Shalom, 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 shalom.
Thank you, Rabbi Devora. Next, I would like to invite on stage my good friends from Marin County, the International Association of Sufism, Dr. Nahid Anga and Dr. Ali Kianfar, who have been largely responsible for bringing the spirit of Sufism to the Bay Area and have sponsored concerts, conferences on other religions. If you want to find a good conference on Hinduism, go to the weekend conference sponsored by the International Association of Sufism. And Dr. Anga has been a good friend and interfaith for years and years and years. So, Dr. Nahid, Anga, and Dr. Ali, would you please join? Let's welcome them.
Thank you so much. Greetings from the Sufi community. And this is the story of love, which is a part of every spiritual path. I'm not going to read a long poem for you, but I would like to read a short poem for you from one of the Sufi masters of the 14th century. So that is how it goes. The story of love is not told in words. Hand of destiny is hidden from my eyes and yours. No loyalty holds this world of colors that betrayed 1,000 lovers. So take a chance in this moment of waiting and live every breath of life.
Assalamu alaikum. It's a great honor to be in the center of peace and great appreciation to be among the people, peaceful people. Thank you. Thank you for the founder, directors, manager, and a special thanks to Reverend Henshaw for this opportunity. I would like to share with you part of a praying of a Sufi master from the 11th century. And please join me with this praying. O God, I call upon you. You bring love and devotion in the solitude of your servants. You rescue hearts in pain. You illuminate the heart of your seeker. You accept our shortcomings when confessed. No one can discover the path towards you unless you hold one's hand and God. Hold my hand and guide me towards the real. Give me refuge. Protect me heart. There is no protector but you. You are the answer to all my prayers. You are the healing of all my pains. You are the peace that protects me from all my disturbances. Thank you.
Would you like to join us here? Nahid? Thank you, Dr. Kyanfar, Dr. Nahid Anga. Next, I would like to invite Sister Elizabeth and all the brothers and sisters from the Brahma Kumaris Spiritual Association who have come up from Anubhuti in Marin County. Many people, when they see the Brahma Kumari sisters and brothers, they say, my goodness, these sisters in white, somehow I've seen them, but I'm not quite sure where they're from and how they practice. And in fact, when you ask them how many Brahmakumaras, how many BK centers are there around the world where sisters are practicing actively? You get an answer, 6,000 and counting. Closer to
8,500 centers.
8,500 centers.
In over 130 countries.
In over 130 countries. Now, why am I telling you this? Why don't we invite Sister Elizabeth to tell you herself? And I would like also to greet Sister Poonam and Sister Jayashi Vaishali from the city of Vaishali, and Brother Mario, who has been a spiritual friend in the interfaith community of the Bay Area now for decades. And would you please share with us your special spiritual offering? Can I pass this to you?
Sure, yes. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om means I, the soul, the self, the universal Om, the divine self, and Shanti is peace. So you heard our sister from the Jewish tradition talk to us about Shalom, but this is Om Shanti. And then you also have Salam, which is from the Muslim tradition, or the, I guess it's Arabic, right? And Farsi, Arabic and Farsi. I'm quite honored to be in the presence of my colleagues and of all of you. And there's a saying that you can know the Creator by its creation. And in coming here, at this beautiful center, this city of 10,000 Buddhas, I was quite touched and moved coming into the sacred space, the Buddha Hall, and the sadhana that takes place here. So I feel that the Venerable Master Hua is here with us. I just feel his presence. I feel that I had the opportunity to meet him through all of you. So thank you very much. I'd like to lead us all now in chanting Om, and then I will conclude with a few verses from Om Shanti. So please join me. Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Everyone. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om. Om Shanti, Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Om Shanti Om. I'm a peaceful soul. Bada hai sukh kar ye mantra manahar. Om Shanti Om. This great mantra brings such happiness that surrounds the soul. Om Shanti Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti Om.
Thank you, Sister Elizabeth, Sister Vaishali, Sister Poonam, Brother Mario, the Brahma Kumaris. Representing the Christian tradition and the also at the same time the interfaith tradition, I'd like to introduce to you next my good friend since 1997, Sally Maye, who is the program director of the United Religions Initiative, who not so many years ago had their global council meeting right here in the guest building. I think that was Sally's first trip up to the city of 1,000 Buddhas. And every time our citizens here at the city go back and forth past the guest house, look at the apple tree. That apple tree is now this tall and it's producing fine apples. It was planted on the occasion of the Global Council meeting of the United Religions Initiative, and yet it has grown healthy and strong, just like the URI. Sally Maye.
Oh my, what a joy to be here. What a privilege. Again, just to say thank you and to realize how blessed we are to be in the presence of depth, of beauty, of generosity that roars like the sun's fire here, of the light, the whiteness of Master Shenhua that we saw as Gwendolyn gave us such an incredible gift. So I'm deeply moved just to have the blessing of this moment. And I came to give a blessing, and I'd like to offer blessings drawing from my roots, which is Christianity, and also mingled with wings, which is coming from my evolving spiritual life today. So in Christian scripture, Jesus gives a new commandment. I love this one. It's a new commandment I give to you, that you love one another as I loved you. And he repeats, and that you also love one another. And as the early Christian church spread just after Jesus' death, his apostles exhort the people, encourage one another, build up one another, comfort one another, and show hospitality to all people. And St. Paul writes in a letter to the Hebrews, let us consider how to stir up one another to love and good works, not neglecting to meet together and encouraging one another. and all the more as you see the day beginning to dawn. So I'd love to offer this blessing in honor of Master Shenhua, that may we here in this beautiful community of Ukiah, a city of 10,000 Buddhas, be blessed as both givers and receivers of love, of comfort, encouragement, assurance, one for another. And for my wings, I want to share the wisdom of a man who passed recently. His name is George Leonard. He was a neighbor in my town, and he's an Aikido master. And he said in his book called The Silent Pulse, each of us possesses practically infinite amounts of unused power and knowledge, that no matter how boxed in we might imagine ourselves to be, alternatives are possible, and that we are not and can never be mere observers. But we must always play the part of active participants in the feast of life. And that blessing is echoed in a poem by Wordsworth, which has become my favorite at this moment. Wordsworth said, "I have felt a presence that disturbs me with the joy of elevated thoughts, its emotion and spirit that impels all thinking things, all objects and all thoughts, and it rolls through all things." So with honor to Master Shenhua and to the community here for offering us this opportunity, may we receive this same motion and spirit that rolls through us and through all things. And many thanks for being here this evening.
Now, I have saved the home team for last. And representing the Buddhist tradition here at the City of 10,000 Buddhas, Dr. Ron Nakasone and Irene Nakasone. Dr. Nakasone is an ordained minister in the Jodo Shinshu tradition of the Pure Land of the Japanese Buddhist community. And as I always introduce him, he was my dissertation chairman, so you have to be extra polite to him on my behalf. Please, Dr. Nakasone.
Yeah, he was a difficult student. Never listened to me. Well, I just like to thank Ms. Chang for a wonderful, transcendental sound of the Dharma today. And thank you for the lunch, dinner. And this is my, what should I say, my payment for the dinner, lunch. We are gathered this evening to celebrate the Dharma life of Venerable Master Shenhua, who appeared from the undifferentiated Buddha mind in 1918 and was borne away by the great ocean of birth and death on the 7th of June, 1995, after some 77 life-giving years. We gather also to commemorate his 1962 arrival in San Francisco 50 years ago. He was armed only with a vision, and he worked tirelessly to establish training programs for monastics and lay elementary schools for boys and girls, the Dharma Realm Buddhist University. In an effort to spread the Dharma, he lectured on sutras, spoke at universities and academic conferences, traveled extensively through Hong Kong, Taiwan, India, Burma, Australia, Europe, and South America. And he encouraged his disciples to learn Chinese so they could translate the Buddhist canon into other languages. And the Buddhist Text Translation Society, which he founded, has published well over 100 volumes of translations. 400, I'm sorry. Working very hard. And this was on the internet, so it needs to be updated. It's not my fault. I haven't footnoted here too. He established the Institute for World Religions in Berkeley to foster interfaith dialogue. And in the meantime, he established, I understand, if this is still correct, 28 temples, monasteries, and convents throughout the U.S., Canada, and Asia. That one man, fortified only with his physical and moral resources, has been able to rally so many dedicated devotees to do so much with the Dharma. I am convinced that in spite of all the atrocities we see in the news today, that humanity is still admirable. We must, as Master Hua believed, promote education, that is Buddhist education, that can release the intrinsic wisdom and goodness of all beings. And surely the karmic energy that Master Hua has generated will continue to grow. Vasubandhu, the great 5th century patriarch, likened our lives to a wave. The energy of the wind passing over the great expanse of the ocean agitates it and creates a wave. That wave, in turn, produces the next wave. In the same way, that wave, the life energy that created a particular human being will produce new life. And this creative karmic energy will never completely disappear. The life force of one individual brings forth new life that will affect everyone with whom it comes into contact with. In Western civilizations, we place a great emphasis on the continuance of life. But for the Buddhist, death is not fundamental. It is an incident, another wave. Namu Amida Buddha.
我想，因为我们今天晚上有特别的因缘，这一次这个宣公上人50周年这个法会呢，有一个团体从北京龙泉寺到万佛城来交流。其实我没有提前跟无光法师说要请他上来，所以今天就请他上来，就代表龙泉寺跟大家一起做讲一句欢迎的话吗？我们现在请无光法师上来。无光法师带领访问团从北京龙泉寺，他是带来这个学成大和尚的心意，把佛经翻译西方各国的文字。那么无光法师呢，带领15人一团，从龙泉14人一团到了万佛城来。那么这几天大家真的能深入经藏，智慧如海，我们都交流互相研究，互相学习了。那么以后呢，我们希望继续有这种国际性的佛教交流，提倡世界和平。I realized that I had the opportunity tonight to also introduce you to Master Wu Guang, who is here from Longquan Si, Dragon Spring Temple, Beijing. He has brought a group of 14 delegates from Longquan Si, and bearing also the greetings of Xue Cheng, who is the vice chair of the Chinese Buddhist Society. His community, who have come, the 14 members, have been with us now for 4 days, exchanging views on translation of the Buddhist texts, because Master Xue Cheng's vision is to bring the Buddhist sutras to the world. In that regard, he shares Master Xuanhua's vision. So I was remiss in not introducing him earlier, but I would like to ask Wu Guang Fa Shi to please just say one word of greeting. 请法师就将一句交流的话。
首先感谢宣化上人，因为他的因缘，我们一行14人从北京来到旧金山，来到这个美丽的城市。
First of all, I would like to show my gratitude to Venerable Master Xuan Hua. Because of him, the delegation of us, the 14 people, can come all the way from Beijing to San Francisco, this beautiful city.
其次，感谢恒实法师以及他的译经委员会。
Next, I would like to show my gratitude to Rev Heng Shuo and his Sutra Translation Committee.
因为他这个因缘，使我们能够有幸来参加宣公上人的50周年法会。
Because of him, we have the fortunate to come here to join the 15th anniversary of Venerable Master Xuan Hua's Dharma Assembly.
更要感谢的是在座的各位，因为有你们，所以跟我这个分享的机会。
Last but not least, I would like to show my gratitude to all of you. Because of you, I have the chance to show my gratitude.
在这个吉祥圆满的祈愿佛光普照，祝大家吉祥安康，善愿成办。阿弥陀佛。
In this auspicious and perfect evening, I would like to show my blessings to you that Buddha's light can shine all the universe and you can be auspicious and healthy and all your good wishes can be fulfilled. Thank you.
Thank you also to 王说居士帮我们翻译。Thank you to laywoman Wang Shuo for providing the translation. Bruce and Ann, would you please bring Shirmu back up so we can sing together? You'll notice that in the aisles we have had a gathering of young people who have been very patient, listening to all of these blessings from all of these traditions represented here on stage, and bringing to fruition the Venerable Master's legacy of interfaith exchange. What we have for you now is Gwyneth Chun has made a request that we, together with all the religions on stage, join in a musical blessing that we hope everyone will join in together for the sake of world peace. Gwyneth, could we invite you back up on stage? Ms. Chun.
Excuse me, but I don't have the John Lennon song memorized.
But she'll play it nonetheless. One sheet for two people. Sorry, we don't have enough for everyone. Yes. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for day. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no deception too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll come and join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you come and join us, and the world will live as one. Yes, we can. Thank you, friends. Amitofo. Oh, have to come up here. Come right up, come right up. Now, in the Buddhist tradition, we always finish an event like this with a dedication of merit, which makes all the good stuff go further. So I would like now to invite each of you, each in your own tradition, however you are comfortable with doing it, to please make a wish. And that wish can be a personal wish, or a social wish, or a wish for a better world, or another chance at not ruining the planet. Whatever that wish might be. Maybe a wish that AIDS just go back to where it came from, which is nowhere at all. A wish that wars will come to an end. It's your wish to make. And when we do it together, because, as you know, there are no fences between minds in the air. There is no place where our minds do not touch. So let's use that shared common space to send out wishes for goodness, each in your own tradition. I'm going to put my palms together, and please, if you're comfortable with that, you can join me. Please do whatever you're comfortable with. And here is our dedication of merit. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see how hands and hearts can find giving unity, may minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of their endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. Thank you to Gwyneth Chun, and thank you to each of you for coming tonight to make this night so rich. Good night, everyone.